The second day of the second special session of the 22nd Congress will now come to order. May we all bow our heads for a moment of silent prayer. Agent Clerk, roll call.
Senator Aridas, Senator Christian, Senator Fakir,
Yes.
Senator Golan, Floor Leader Arbor,
Oy.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Nant, Senator Balik,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romulo,
Amen.
Senator Rusman, Senator Woolley,
Yes.
Speaker Simina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we have 10 members.
Okay, we do have a quorum to transact business today. Next item, reading of the journal for Leader Harbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning to you again, and all honorable and handsome members of Congress, and all those who are observing our session this morning by whatever means. I move to dispense with the reading of the journal.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we dispense with the reading of the journal. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We now dispense with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
For item number 5, presidential communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item number 6, FSM Supreme Court communication, none. Item number 7, members communication, none, Mr. Speaker. Item number 8, departmental communications, none. Item number 9, HNC or governmental authority communications. We are in receipt of one, and it's number 22-17. Item number 10, state communications, none. Item number 11, state Supreme Court communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item number 12, municipal or town communications, none. Item number 13, foreign government communications, none, Mr. Speaker. And item 14, miscellaneous communication, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're now for item 9, assigned that communication. Chief Clerk. Okay, we're now on our order of the day. Standing committee reports. Do we have any?
There's none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, item 16, special committee reports. Do we have any?
Item number 16, special committee reports, none, Mr. Speaker.
So there is, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still on the special committee reports. Chairman Berman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you, Vice, floor, honorable members, and staff, and all of those that are observing our session this morning. Mr. Speaker, I would venture a motion to withdraw a special committee report number 22-04. I so move.
Second.
Again.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that special committee report number 22-04 be withdrawn and placed on the special committee reports calendar for action. Those in favor of that motion say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. So special committee report number 22-04 is withdrawn and placed on the special committee reports for action. Discussion. Chairman Berman?
Motion to adopt the report, Mr. Speaker.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt special committee report 22-04. Discussion. Any
Thank you,
discussion, Chairman
Speaker.
Berman?
If I may, and I please ask the other three members that part of your committee to wait on the president to help out, especially on the detailed explanation of the said report. Mr. Speaker, yesterday we met with the president and he gave us an agenda, and he has six items that he wanted to discuss. And number one is the funding for a chief of staff. He noticed that on our budget, the chief of staff was removed from the budget, and is asking Congress, for some Congress to put to the supplement that be sending up soon. If we can put it back, because he's gonna need the chief of staff. So he's asking that to reinstate that amount. Also, number two was the some pending nominations, and I believe that Senator Robson yesterday mentioned some of the nominations that we will be doing oversight hearing on it. So the three nominations was brought up. That's Solomon Simon for Chief Justice, Maker Balsis, and John Chukan for the National Election Commissioner in Kusai and Yap. The number three is the update of the COVID-19. According to the president, that 70% of adults are fully vaccinated in the entire FSM. And the pediatric vaccine that is from 5 to 11, we've received it for Yap and Kusai and ready to start. The one for Pohnpei and Chuuk is coming sometimes this week or next week, and they're also ready. The 17 and under is also been, they already started on that one. So yeah, and he's asking that we keep on pushing, because that will be the solution for us to maybe open up our borders when we have all our children and adults and everybody to get vaccinated. Kusai, the next repatriation will be on November 15. For Yap is November 28. Chuuk is November 29. And Pohnpei is December 1st. And right after that, they will be closed because they will be also observing observing Christmas. So they asked us that we, as of December, they will be not doing any repatriation till January. Chuuk repatriation went well. They got 19 FSM citizens from Chuuk came in to Chuuk for the quarantine. Supposed to be 20. One was tested positive, so that person was removed. So only 19 came in. They were having a little issues in the beginning because the contract that was signed was to pay for 33 days was $99,000. So the next repatriation of November 29 is still within the 33 days. So that $99,000 was the amount was paid to the hotel to quarantine those 19 FSM citizens that was or people that was repatriated to Chuk. So I'm just letting members know that the next after November 29 or after 33 days, if there's going to be another quarantine, we should expect a little bit larger amount to be payable to the quarantine area. The number 4 on the agenda was the supplement. And they're asking that we look into the $600,000 for 2 planes to be purchased for CIA to service the islands, and coming from the Philippines, it's what you call those planes? Island something plane. Or so anyways, I believe that the other members can explain that in detail. Also, TECM is also asking for about $300,000 to hire consultants. And if you recall lately that we accepted a grant of $10 million, but was given to MCT to do the work for us because they are an accredited organization. So the TECM is asking so they can bring in their own consultant, maybe 1 or 2 consultants, to pay a higher price for them so we can tap into the Green Climate Fund funding. Foreign Affairs also asking for a little funding for SPC rental for our share. It's to add on to the 13,000 that we give him every year, to add on 17,000. I guess the rental of the facilities went up. Number 5 is some pending legislations that I think they have about 11 pending. If you look at the report, if you want to look the detail of those, all of those pending legislations that Number 6, grants, and there's a $200,000 grant for a special head under Department of Education, and also a $500 from OIA, $500,000 from OIA for FY21 single audit. So those basically what we covered from the President's office. But I also raised concerns coming from members of Congress. After the session yesterday, we talked about some things that we want to relay to the President. And the first one is the recall of the Japanese ambassador, the word recall. And so according to the President, that they had a going away dinner function. And a simple explanation to that he reached 65 years old. That's he's fully retired, and that's why he's heading back to Japan. He doesn't know if there's more to it, but the reason behind the going away party is retirement, 65 years. The next one, the Chuk repatriation, I just explained that one, so that was raised. Another concern raised was the Woleai Airport, and the airport, and of course, Onon. So Woleai, the contractor that was awarded almost $5 million, was given an instruction from the Secretary of TCNI that as of end of this month, if they don't mobilize, they will terminate the contract, just like and just like Soges Rich, that they terminated the same company for not for inaction or no action. And for they already going through the bidding process again, and they might be asking for more funding because of the cost of the cost of goods and materials that goes up, or Another one is Onon. Onon airstrip is nothing yet because of we raised yesterday regarding Onon. So they said if when the group that will go up to Onon for this president's celebration, they will send a group there to do an assessment on the Onon airport. So that was the part of the idea, unless the issue that we just talked about, that Onon is under quarantine. So I don't know. But as of yesterday, nothing came up, but they're gonna send a group. President is not going, he's sending some of his cabinet to go up there, according to President. The FSMTC and Congress, that issue came up too. Secretary of Finance referred that to because of the agreement of the World Bank is that's causing the issue for them not to install the fiber optic to Congress office. And I believe, Speaker, you sent a letter to President explaining what's the difference between executive getting that fiber and Congress getting that fiber. Why is it Congress is different than executive when they get the same setup? Anyways, I think that your letter maybe took care of that problem, because I don't think he received it when we were down there. The Eastern Micronesian cable that was funded, was supposed to be funded by World Bank, is now been agreed upon that Japan and Australia will fully fund that cable with the World Bank set platform, the one they've already the design. So it's no longer going to be funded by World Bank. It's going to be funded by Australia and Japan. And of course, US will also come. I think the FSM and the PIF, there was a concern, question brought up, and I will, when I'm done with this, I'll ask Senator Robson to explain the FSM, the PIF latest update on that, because Senator Robson raised that to Mr. President yesterday. The funding for the low income and the stimulus at Secretary of Finance mentioned that they're doing the report. They'll soon be producing that report and submit it to Congress to review. But we've asked them to give us the latest. The $2.5 million is on the move. Soon they will be started to hand over the 2.5. Issue regarding PCD, yes. Again, President's. We asked the President that the issue with PCD, and also at least if there are letters. There are letters coming from members regarding for inquiring about their PCD system, to get at least an answer back, not to just wave it off. And we ask, if it's, even though it's in a negative format, to please at least answer members so we know what's going on, what are the reasons of delays. I think President is took note on that, fully noted, and he said he'll look into it. So that's sum up the report of our committee to wait on the President. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Berman, for the explanation, thorough explanation of the report. I will allow the three other members to go first if they have anything to add or to supplement to the report made by Chairman Berman, and I will allow members afterwards. Any the three members would like to add something or comment on the report? Chairman Romanov.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning to you and the rest members. On the subject that was brought up on the PIF or the forum issue, our membership, I've raised the question on the status, on our status now that when this President decided that we would withdraw from the forum, my understanding that they were given 1 year in transition to transition out. So that was the question that I raised on what the status now that it's almost a year or more than a year that we have withdrawn. So it's still in the process. There is some negotiations. Some PIF members are very adamant to let us, the North Pacific countries, to leave the forum, and they have come up with other means to address the issue that leads to our withdrawal. And according to President, what they have agreed during their MPS, the Micronesian Presidential Summit, that when one leaves, everybody leaves. And with all these arrangement, they still maintain that if we want to come back, not just one, but all will have to come back. And if one is still insists on coming back, then none of us will come back. That's the bottom line of what the MPS or the North Pacific countries have decided and agreed. And he pointed out that Palau and Marshall and Kiribati are still hearted that they do not want us to come back, regardless of all the what the other forum member countries have come back to us to settle or even give us other alternates for us to come back. And those three countries have very strong a position not to come back, regardless of what the forum countries have to offer. So that's all I can say. And he emphasized that they have, the North Pacific countries have agreed that if one is not willing to come back, then we will all not coming back. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Romero. So either all in or all out. Huh? Okay, any from the other two members? Balik, you have any thing to add to the report?
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. I believe the report was very thorough. Only one minor issue on correction on page 3. The request from on the supplemental budget, request from DECAM, I recall it's 150,000, between 150,000 and 300. The report says 50,000. That should be 150,000. That's the only comment I wish to make. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out, Vice Chairman Balik. Staff, take note of that. So if there's a instruction, you should make it. Okay, Chairman Fakir, you have anything to add?
No, I have nothing else to add to the report.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now it's up to members, to the other members of Congress.
Yeah,
Any
Mr. Speaker.
discussion? Yes, Vice Chairman Christian, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, on the purchase of airplanes, the price offered from the Philippines for 2 aircrafts is way too expensive. The price that was offered to us for a plane that was located and operating in Puerto Rico was 165,000 plus 45,000 delivery to FSM, which brings it to about 210,000 each. I would like to recommend that TCNI and CIA, the Christian International Air Group, negotiate this price down. And also that if we got the 2 airplanes here, that Mokil and already have their airplanes, that if we should want to crash these planes, let's crash them, one on Pingilap and one on Sapuafic, so that it's distributed evenly.
That should work, huh?
Yeah,
It
that
could
should
be, huh?
work. Yeah. Secondly, I don't know of a department named Climate Change and Emergency Management. So maybe that needs to be corrected also along the correction of 150,000 offered by Aaron. I think it's the Department of Deckham.
Emergency. Yeah.
Environmental,
Deckham.
climate, and emergency management.
Anyway, on the issue of PIF, it's interesting because I was asked the same question yesterday by a diplomat. What is my position on FSM's position on PIF? Well, I said, I don't have a position. The president should have a position. We don't want to clash with the executive's position on our behalf on some of these foreign or regional issues. So the other thing is, I'd like to say that this is the longest report on committee to wait on the president. I don't know how long they spent. And I know the president was getting irritated, wanting the members to leave, but they continue to ask questions. So I'm done with the report, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Christian, for those
Were you
discussions.
spying on them?
Any other discussion from members? Any other
Speaker,
discussion? Yes, Florida Harbor.
thank you, Speaker. Just very minor questions. First, because of my being outdated, may I know what happened to our chief of staff? Why is the position vacant?
Chairman Berman?
He's on medical referral. So he resigned from that position because of, he already also has a position on the JCRP. Fully concentrate on that.
Okay, thank you. And you mentioned something about supplemental from Foreign Affairs, an amount of 13,000. What was that?
Rental space lease. It was
Oh,
13,000, but it went up another 17. So added to the 13, so it'll be about 30,000.
All right, thank you. And
Your leader, that's
finally-
the office for the UN multi-country interim office in the FSM. That's the office that we need to set up.
That's the MCO? That's the UNMCO, right?
Yes.
Okay.
what is UNNCO?
It's a multi-country.
It's a
office.
multi-country
UN multi-country.
sharing office.
Is it located in our consulate office or
Oh,
a different building?
it is in Pohnpei.
Oh,
It
in
is
Pohnpei.
located in Pohnpei.
In Pohnpei.
That's the UN. UN, there are multiple offices, and they group them under one.
I believe it's the Joint Presence Office.
Okay. And finally, I know this may be sort of improper for me to ask. I have been asked by election director to sort of help him out in finding out why DOJ has not submit their request to the president for supplemental. They're asking an amount for a vehicle, an amount of, I think, 25,000. And I wonder whether the committee would know whether that request has been accommodated by president in that supplemental request.
Chairman
Mr.
Berman,
Speaker,
you
Mr.
guys have any
Speaker,
knowledge of that?
yes,
Yes, Vice Chairman Christian, are you going to
yes.
respond?
I, as Vice Chairman of J&Co, I'd like to say that Department of Justice already has enough vehicles. Too many vehicles, and there's not enough parking space now to buy another one. So let's hold off on buying more vehicles.
For the
This
election-
one is for election office.
Election office, yeah, they don't have one. They need.
What
one.
direction office?
They
Election.
submitted their request to TOJ,
Oh,
to, from
from
the
Chinook?
election office,
No, from the.
office of director.
Oh, the
Director's
direct.
office.
But why do they submit that request to TOJ?
I don't know
For a
whether
vehicle.
that's the procedure they follow, or I'm not too sure. Or
Sure,
what,
we just-
are they under TOJ or?
Congress is back in session. Further discussion on the report?
Question.
None. There is no objection. Discussion is closed. Let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of special committee report number 22-04, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Special committee report number 22-04 is adopted by Congress. Next special report. Chief Clerk.
There is none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, let's go down to next item.
For item 17, assignment of measures and communications, please refer to referral sheet number 22-37.
Okay, Chairman and members of the committees, review that for your planning purposes. Next item.
Item number 18, unfinished business, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. Okay, since there's no unfinished business, the next item is bill calendar. Any bill, Chief Clerk?
None at this moment, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker.
Okay, Chairman Berman, you're recognized.
Yes, thank you very much, Speaker. I would like to withdraw the following bill and place it under bill calendar for today. CP number 22-99, 22-102, 22-103, and 22-104. I so move.
Second, it has been moved and seconded that the following bills 22-99, 22-102, 22-103, and 22-104 be withdrawn from committees and placed on the calendar for first reading action. Okay, for the order, make your motion.
Thank you, Speaker. I move to suspend any relevant rule that may impede our action on the bill so stated by Chairman Berman, particularly the rule that requires certain number of days that a bill or measure be with the committee prior to withdrawal. So move.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, in particular, the rules that require a certain period of time for a measure to be in to be with a committee be suspended. Those in favor of that motion say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Those relevant rules are now suspended. So let's vote on the motion to withdraw and place. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Those four bills are now withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Okay, short recess subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. Chief Clerk, first bill.
Under the bill calendar now, we have Congressional Bill number 22-99 for first reading. CP 22-99 is appealed for an act to amend Public Law number 22-48 as amended by Public Law number 22-52 by amending Section 6 thereof to change the allotment of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-99. Discussion. Any discussion on the bill?
Speaker,
Yes, Chairman
move for
Figueroa.
short recess.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're discussing CP 22-99. Okay, any further discussion, Chairman Permit?
Yes, thank you very much. Speaker, I have a floor amendment to offer by you, Speaker Simina. I believe it's been printed and distributed among members and also been uploaded. So I so move for its adoption.
Okay, any second?
Again,
It's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CP 22-99 offered by Speaker Serena be adopted. Because of its length, we will dispense with its reading. Discussion on the offered for amendment. Any discussion?
Question.
Question is being called for. If there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 22-99, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. The offer for amendment to CP 22-99 by the Speaker Simina is adopted. We now have CD1. Any further discussion on CD1?
Question.
Discussion. If none, there's no objection.
Short recess, please.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. We're just back in session. Okay, if there's no further discussion, debate is closed. We will vote by roll call of members on first reading. Chief Clerk, call the roll of members.
Senator Haritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa,
Oh, Where's Senator Figure?
Okay. Tennis, yes. You can come back.
Continue, you can come back to him. He's
There
here.
is, there is.
Senator Fikir,
Yes, yes.
Senator Colin, Floor Leader Harper,
Oy.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Balik,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romulo,
Aye.
Senator Usman, Senator Willie,
Yes.
Speaker Simina,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members voted for.
For that reason, CP number 22-99 CD1 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
The second bill under the bill calendar now, we have Congressional Bill number 22-102 for first reading. CR number 22-102 is a bill for an act to further amend public law number 21-201 as amended by public laws numbers 21-219, 21-223, 21-229, 21-241, 22-14, 22-28, 22-31, and 22-51 by amending Section 4 thereof for the purpose of changing the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund priority infrastructure projects and other public projects and social programs for the people of Pohnpei State and for other purposes.
Chairman Figure.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CB number 22-102. Oh, this is the emergency bill, huh? Vice Chairman Christian.
Yes, yes, Mr. Speaker, it is. And I'd like to assure the members that there will be no other purposes for this bill.
Yeah. Okay, that's satisfactory, enough. Okay, any other discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members on first reading. Chief Clerk.
Senator Arias, Senator Arias,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Golan, Floor Leader Arbor,
Oy.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Balik,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romulo,
Aye.
Senator Usman, Senator Willie,
Yes.
Speaker Simina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members vote for.
CP number 22-102 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The third bill under the bill calendar now, we have Congressional Bill number 22-103 for first reading. CP 22-103 is a bill for an act to further amend public law number 19-124 as amended by Public Law numbers 19-133, 19-140, 19-150, 20-05, 20-15, 20-33, 20-48, 20-63, 20-71, 20-156, 20-175, 21-22, 21-52, 21-146, 21-156, 21-195, 21-213, 21-244, and 22-25 by amending Section 4 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund priority infrastructure projects and other programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Again,
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-103. Discussion.
Here,
Discussion? Yes,
Mr.
Vice
Speaker.
Chairman.
I'd
Christian?
like to offer oral amendment to page 2 of that same bill that was read. Between line 15 and 16, insert in parentheses, coral purchase and equipment rental. So move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment to CP 22-0103 be adopted. Discussion on the offered oral amendments. Short recess. Discussion. If none, if there's no objection, discussion is closed. Let's vote. Those in favor of the offered oral amendment to CP 22-103, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The offered oral amendments to CP 22-103 is adopted. We now have CD1. Any further discussion on CD1? Discussion. If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So we will vote by roll call of members on first reading. Chief Clerk, roll call.
Senator Hardes,
Yes.
Senator Christian,
Amen.
Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Colan, Floor Leader Harper,
Aye.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
yes.
Senator Berman,
You want a short recess?
Senator Romulo,
Lamb, you want recess?
Hey, man.
Senator Wisman,
Eating shark.
Senator Welly,
Yes.
Speaker Simina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members voted for the said bill.
Okay, for that reason, CP number 22-103 CD1 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now, we have Congressional Bill number 22-104 for first reading. CR number 22-104 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 21-43 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-54, 21-71, 21-82, 21-103, 21-107, 21-158, 21-186, 21-235, 22-16, and 22-50 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Chuk State and for other purposes.
Chairman Figure,
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
it has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-104. Any discussion? Discussion?
Speaker.
I'm sorry, Chairman Romero?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a floor amendment to the said bill, and I believe the copies have been disseminated and move for adoption of the amendment.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded.
Speaker, short recess.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. There is that offered amendment by Chairman Romulo. Any discussion?
Mr.
Vice
Speaker.
Chairman Christian? Vice
Speaker,
Chairman Christian?
Mr. Speaker,
Go ahead, Vice Chairman Christian.
yes, during recess, it was understood between Romulo and I that I would offer a certain phrase as an oral amendment to his floor amendment. I
Okay.
offered the following so that item O that says outstanding payment to Blue Mountain Enterprise be followed by for modification of vessel.
Okay, any second?
Second.
second,
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment, that the offered oral amendment to the proposed for amendment be adopted. Discussion on the offered oral amendment.
Speaker.
Yes, Floor Leader Harbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have no objection to the amendment. In fact, I do support it, but I just want to educate myself. Isn't that touching the what we call obligating the government prior to the availability of fund?
Well, I guess it was available before, but then it got vetoed, so. there were-
No, but we have passed, and unfortunately, we have precedents on that when we make established laws that says may be used to pay for back services or back obligations.
Yeah, it can be done,
Yeah.
can be done.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Okay.
Okay, so any further discussion on the offered oral amendment? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendment to the proposed for amendment, say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. The offered oral amendments to the proposed for amendment by Chairman Romulo is adopted. Now continue discussion on the offered for amendment as orally amended. Any further discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered floor amendment as orally amended, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The offered for amendment as orally amended is adopted. We now have CT1. Any further discussion on CT1? Discussion. If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. Chief Clerk.
Senator Aridas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Fakir,
Yes.
Senator Colan, Floor Leader Harper,
Oi.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Palik,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romulo,
Hey, man.
Senator Rusman,
Eating female shark.
Senator Wale,
Yes.
Speaker Simina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members for the said bill on first reading.
Okay, CP number 22-104 CD1 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
There's no more appeal, Mr. Speaker.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Motion.
back in session. Since there is no further business under bill calendar, we will now go down to item 20. That's the resolution calendar. Okay,
Speaker,
first resolution,
here.
Under the resolution calendar now, we have a congressional resolution number 22-51 that was deferred from last session for adoption. CR number 22-51 is a resolution to confirm the nomination of Mr. John Chugan to serve as the FSM National Election Commissioner for Yap State.
okay, short recess. We Congress is back in session. There is that resolution, Florida Harbor.
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. Move to divert the said resolution to tomorrow's resolution calendar.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that resolution number 22-51 be deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Resolution 22-51 is deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Okay, next resolution,
Speaker,
Chairman Berman.
yes, I
Second.
would like to do a motion to stand in recess till tomorrow at 10 a.m. Chuk time or Speaker's time.
Okay,
Second.
it has been moved and seconded that Congress stand in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning, Chuk time. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We now, Congress now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning, Chuk time.
Yeah, I wanted to do that because I want Florida